Hey there, welcome back to M Angel Says. If you're coming back, I'm M Angel, and today I'm reviewing episode 3 of this season, 2019 season of The Bachelorette, Hannah's season. We already had 2 jam-packed episodes of Quantanza. Let's go into this episode that was also far from short of excitement. We start with a group date, classic. The men are barreling down the street towards Hannah. I would be terrified to have all these big guys just running towards me. Sometimes when I was walking, my ex used to just start sprinting behind me, and it would terrify me and I would just start running. They meet 2 actors, Jason Biggs and Jenny Mullen. I don't even know how to describe this date. So they're basically sensitivity training, I guess, to being a woman, a mother, the birthing process, pregnancy, all of these things, and they're tested on their knowledge of female anatomy. Tyler's knowledge of pregnancy is that a woman gets bigger and bigger and hungrier. Thank God he's pretty. Thank God he is pretty because wow. During the quiz, which I'm sorry, their questions were very confusing and misleading. Even my sister and I didn't really know how to answer their questions, but if it was said in a simpler vernacular, anyone could answer them. They said, how long is the gestational period of a woman? I don't even know what that means. I've never heard it spun that way, I would have been like, you mean how long does it take for a woman to digest food? I mean, doesn't it take a few hours like everybody else? But if you say, how long does it take a baby to grow? Yeah, okay, 9 months. Everyone knows that. You see what I mean? You trying me. You trying them. Jed was looking very sexy with all of his answers. I was like, oh, boy is smart. He know that placenta was the organ that women grow during pregnancy. I had no idea that qualified as an organ. I was like, that's not your organ technically. Doesn't it belong to the baby? I don't understand. I would have said baby because that is the organ, the creature that you're growing during pregnancy. So I just thought that was very interesting that he knew the answer. But the answer kind of looks really black compared to the board it's on. So I wonder if they didn't just add that CGI, post-production. It doesn't look like it was legitimately written. I could be wrong. Cool. The Bachelor educating America. They get their nipples pinched by cloth pins? What did you call them? Anyways, to simulate breastfeeding that can be apparently very painful. I have heard many women say. I didn't think that would be the sensation, getting pinned. Maybe. And then you have this 1920s defibrillator machine just to simulate labor pains on these beautiful men's bodies. Oh my God. It was just an excuse to get them topless again. Obviously, none of the guys took the labor pains well. Tyler was trying to be a hottie and attractive during the whole thing, but even he had to feel that burn, my God. But he tried to keep his hotness in check. He was like, I'm on this show for my future career in modeling and acting or whatever it is. I gotta look good. I love Jed and Hannah. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. This moment where he was breathing and looking at her okay, it's about to happen. It was so cute and sweet. And I don't know, they have a bond. They already have something there that's grounded and real and consistent. I love it. John Paul Jones, Jean Valjean as I like to call him, was just acting y'all. I'm not denying that it was painful. I'm denying that this facial expression isn't acted out to get attenzione and some, airtime on camera. Very smooth. The first person to snatch Hannah is our favorite, Jed. I say our. Mine. But it could be yours too. I don't think I could ever say enough how much I love these 2 together. And look at the way he kisses her just like in the last episode. So much love and tenderness and care. Woo, he knows how to sweep a woman off her feet. But I think it's because he genuinely likes her and she genuinely likes him. What we're seeing is a real connection forming between 2 people. And it's beautiful and it's hope creating and magical and makes me so happy and submitty kitty. What about you? Please let me know in the comment section. Don't you live for Jed and Hannah? Even in the way he consumes her, he stays polite. He stays a gentleman. Look at his hand. It's on the edge of inappropriate, but always stays appropriate. On her hip, not her butt, not her thigh, on her hip. Nice and proper. Hand on the lower back. Gentlemen, turn me on. Cam is in his feelings. I guess he's not having enough FaceTime with the Han. So he's just saying, you got to do what you got to do to get time on this show. I haven't been spending much time with her, so I'm basically going to run over people to get my time with Hannah. And I love how Tyler, cocky, confident, manly man Tyler, just like puts him in his place. Like, yeah, but at the same time, you can do it respectfully. Like, if this was football, you play as a team, everybody gets their turn, which is kind of a weird analogy, but I see what he means. He's like, there are rules to games and you can play the game properly and still get ahead and still win. You know what I mean? Bad analogy, I get the point. Because it's just not teamwork. They're not working together to get the ball. You know what I mean? Like, this is everyone, man for himself. There is such a thing as common courtesy, and it makes you look good if you come off proper in the end. Mike opens up about how the experience with the birth simulation, labor simulation, all that stuff that they did reminded him of a very personal event in his life, a miscarriage that him and his ex experienced, which is huge and heavy. I would say it was on topic. It wasn't out of nowhere that he brought this up. So in a sense, it was sweet of him to open up and share this with her. At the same time, I'm very wary, which one is it? Wary, I think, of these kind of sharing these personal things. It's emotional manipulation, But I'm not saying that's what he was doing. I honestly just feel like he genuinely wanted to talk about it. It's something that's very personal and happened to him recently, and he feels a way, and he wanted to share it with Hannah. It was apropos. But I'm sure in the back of his head, a little bit of him was like, if I open up to her, we will get closer and she will feel closer to me. Which I guess is what you're supposed to do when you get to know someone. It's just like in the context of a show, it's hard to see it as genuine all the time. And see, what makes me feel like it's not genuine is the kiss. Like, I'm talking about something emotional. The last thing I feel is fired up or flamed. So if I was sharing something like this, that I had a miscarriage with a guy that I'm dating, I'm not gonna kiss him right after that information. Maybe a hug, maybe I'll let him kiss me on the cheek, something comforting. But a kiss seems wrong. It seems like I played my emotional card, now you're closer to me, now I'm gonna kiss you. And you can tell in Hannah's body language that she's not feeling the kiss. I don't know if it's because she's not feeling the guy or she's not feeling that the kiss is appropriate in this moment. It just didn't make sense to me. So that's why I'm like, was he just using that information to get closer to her? I don't know. Jury's still out. Cam, in his feelings, comes to interrupt twice, gets booted twice. Even Hannah was like, could you give us a moment, please? When people come to interrupt, I feel like it's up to the Bachelor or Bachelorette to set the tone. So if the Bachelor or Bachelorette is like, step back, you step back and you wait your turn. You wait for them to come and get you and fetch you later on. But to keep coming back, it shows that you're disrespecting even the person you're trying to date wishes. You know what I mean? It looks bad on you, Cam. See, I wanted to show the shot where he's like trying to kiss her and she's leaning away. Her body language is like uncomfortable. They kiss, but she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to in this moment. And I don't know if it's because she felt awkward because of everything he just shared with her and she wants to be like a comforting friend the way she was hugging him earlier while he was sharing this. Or if she's just not into him. It could also be that. Finally, Cam gets his time with Hannah. She seems kind of peeved, but, polite. And it's so funny. The boys are all worked up. So one of the guys decides, you know what? Cam has been disrespectful to all of us. Why should we respect his time with Hannah? And Jonathan, short stacks, decides to get up and interrupt their one-on-one time. And he's like really persistent about it. Like, you get what you give. Extra. To the point where Cam, wants to walk Hannah out the door. I was confused about this moment. Why are they going all together out the door? I don't understand. And then Jonathan tries to interject in between Cam and Hannah, and Cam checks him like, whoa, it gets like kind of physical, like, broody man. Then you see Jonathan with Hannah. It's just like friend zone. Jonathan knows it. Hannah knows it. There's nothing there. No chemistry at all. So he was just trying to be like, hey girl, just wanted to save you from Cam because we all know she's getting annoying, right? And later the men are gathered, and I love the death stare that Cam gives Jonathan, and Jonathan knows Cam is looking at him, but he just like, not going to acknowledge you. Nope. Just the pettiness. Cam just stares at him. I feel like Cam is going to put like spiders or worms in his bed later on, like something petty. I don't know. My man, Solid Kiss, aka Connor, gets a one-on-one with Hannah. Someone is not happy, and that's our Saved by the Bell star. Look at that. He went from white shirt to black shirt, like, This boy is just thug appeal, drip drip, and I'm living for it. Tyler, aka Mr. Arm Candy, he says, I could be your arm candy. Oh, you know you pretty. Dangerous. He is just so confident. He oozes confidence, and I think that's what she's very attracted to. That alpha male confidence in him. She's just like, give me some of that. She's the one who kisses him again. Girl wants him, and how could she not? But there is a certain barrier, I feel, an emotional cap on their relationship that they can't seem to surpass. I don't know if he doesn't have enough emotional depth, or there's something that is not there, like you see with Jed. I guess it just maybe needs more time, this relationship, maybe. Or his intentions aren't genuine. He's not on the show really for Hannah. I don't know yet. I'm still figuring it out. Mike gets the rose, duh, pity Rose. So, change of plans for a solid kisses date. Connor gets a card saying that Hannah is sick and she would like him to meet her at her place. I don't know if the producers had this idea or if Connor thought this would be nice, but he did all of the amazing things that you would want a boo thing to do. He got her flowers, he got her a card, he got her chicken noodle soup, coming to her rescue, all in green, looking all minty and tall, almost as tall as her door. Oh, a man after my own heart. Honestly, I feel like they had the best date. Minus the camera crew that's like right in front of the bed, filming them awkward AF. But if you can, show abstraction to that fact, you have two people who are in a bed and they're both kind of stripped because she's sick, right? So she can't really put on a facade. She's in a vulnerable state and he's next to her and they can talk and they're not doing anything gimmicky or activities distracting them. They're just getting to know each other, talking and chilling. And I love it. I love it. That has to be one date among many if you're dating someone. And Connor crushes it. He was like the perfect guy for this setup, honestly, because he's got this kind of, youthful sweetness. He's like a sweet guy. He's a cutie pie. He's a boy man. He's there for you. He's caring. He's comforting, and he did it well. I thought it was hilarious that even in her vulnerability, Hannah is still trying to be perfect. All like, oh, I'm kind of sick. I just fainted. No biggie. And just went to the hospital. That doesn't happen, Hannah. That's not something to make light of. He was even like, oh my God. And she's smiling through it. So he doesn't know if he should be concerned or smiling with her. He's like, what? You just fainted like it's nothing? Okay, that's not nothing. That's either dehydration, hypo or hypoglycemia, probably exhaustion. Look at their body language. Look at him holding her. Oh! Oh! I have all of the feels. Hold me. He opens up and he says some really good things. He comes from a good home. His parents have been together for 37 years. Connor, you're just acing this. And then when he leaves, because mama's tired and needs a rest, he has the idea, or the producers gave him the idea, I don't know who had the idea, of leaving little notes around the apartment. This is so clever on so many levels. She's already thinking about you when you left. Now she's got more reasons to think about you. And now you're giving her romance. So she has more reasons to fall for you. He had the pregame with the flowers and the soup. He had the date with the opening up and holding her like, you're my baby. And then he had the postgame with them notes, love notes, left around the apartment, scavenger hunt. So he's giving her an activity and he's giving her romance. This was like 10 on 10. If you could grade a date, 10 on 10, Connor. Bravo. So Connor goes back to the men. They have all these questions. What was her temperature like? What is going on? What's she going through? I love Luke is like, I noticed that Connor didn't come back with the rose. That's interesting. He's like, he's a great guy. He'll make a woman really happy someday. It's not gonna be Hannah. She mine. I love they put him in this like dark space, dark background confessional to kind of set the tone for the episode. Like, Luke is getting dark. We're seeing the dark side of Luke come out. So Hannah gets up and she sees the most romantic note where he basically says, I left little notes around the room telling you all the reasons why I like you. Oh, can I just? I wish all the men, especially potentials in my life, could watch The Bachelor and Bachelorette and take notes. Take notes of what to do, what not to do, but even more importantly, what to do. Back at the mansion, the boys are hanging out. They're still asking questions. I love Luke asked her, what was she wearing? Like, wait, what? So random. What? Oh, PJs. What do you want to know? Like, what? Surprise, surprise. Connor gets fetched because Gather thyself, you impress Miss Hannah. She wants more time with you. Dinner. And he wears a very snazzy leather jacket. Love it. He looks so good. And she's so cute as well. They're kind of matchy-match in a way. They fit. And they have this like little romantic date dance, you know, typical promotion of a new artist from Nashville. I don't know. ABC's got deals with probably a music company, or they own a label and they have to promote their artists. This was like TV moment, but still so cute. Oh, I love how tall he is. I'm really about height now ever since my Paris bae and I was dating Shorty. I'm hyper sensitive to height right now. So I'm just like, he's tall. And he leans in to kiss her and it's just like, oh. The next morning we get a little bit of a recap from Hannah saying that Tyler, the psychology grad student, left. I mean, we talked about this. He had no chemistry, no emotions, no nothing. So, good riddance. She felt a little way about it. I don't know if she really felt away. I think maybe she felt away because, you know, you get that small feeling of being rejected by someone that maybe you were going to reject eventually. Happens to me all the time. Oh, I was going to walk away from you. How dare you walk away from me first? Yay, good riddance. Okay, now we have this photo shoot. Obviously, they're making you think it's going to be with some beautiful models. No, it's not. It's with animals. To promote, of course, because ABC has to make money. Keep making money as if they don't have enough. Promote some movie about animals. Now, I'm not an animal person, so you're not going to see me gush or care at all. They bring in Demi, who apparently is a detective, a secret investigator. I love this role for her. It's so perfect. They've got cameras. They've got actresses as a makeup artist and an animal wrangler to talk to the guys, to seduce the guys, to see how the guys really feel about Hannah, which I think is so clever, especially if the guys are unsuspecting. They might always be on their guard because they know they're on a set. However, I don't think people are always that alert, so it's a good idea. But all the guys pass, to my very big surprise. Grant gets hit on and he's just like, Madam, art thou hittest on me? I shall call my lady Hannah and tattletale. Naughty, naughty. Peter talks about how he kind of likes her too. He opens up about her being a great gal and all that. It was cute. And Luke gets asked a few questions and he's just like clear about how she may be the one. She's the one for me. I'm really falling for this girl. And I was like, oh, is Luke really sincere? I still don't know. Verdict is out. It's really hard to tell. I think he is. I think he actually really likes her. But his tactics to get her aren't sincere. His emotions might be. And he's a bit awkward. He might be on the spectrum. That's why it's kind of hard to read him. Peter and Hannah, they look so good together. They look so cute. Luke gets jealous and decides, I'm going to interrupt so that I can have another picture with Hannah. Neediness, never attractive. Then he tries to walk her to her dresser and she's like, listen, I like you. You know I like you. You know we've got something. Please show more confidence in us. Give me some space. Thank you very much. She's right. It's sexy when someone lets you come to them. So we're seeing Luke. Luke is bursting at the seams. He's becoming insecure and he's starting to smother her, becoming possessive. She's getting overwhelmed. Dinner comes and Hannah snatches Luke first. Luke, just like a broken record, immediately dives into giving her all of this talk about how much he likes her, she's amazing, they have chemistry. You can tell she's not buying it as much anymore. It's not seducing her. His words aren't being all magical mystery on her. She's kind of like, yes, I've heard this all before. You care about me. Very sweet, very sweet. Okay, let's talk. You're a bit much. Please calm down. I'm just more and more impressed with Hannah. Honestly, I guess when we see her being awkward and not finding the right words to say and all that, it's just because she's trying too hard to be perfect. But in these moments where she's just genuinely herself, she's super eloquent and super smart and very confident and very attractive. I love her. She's a lovable Bachelorette person, basically. I just love her. She feels that he doesn't respect her other relationships. He acts like they're the only ones and that he maybe already is taking her for granted. Like, it's in the bag. It's sealed between them. And she tells him, no, you have to calm down and stop acting like I'm yours. Very well said. Very well said. She said that he was acting a bit cocky sometimes. She was getting a bit irritated with his behavior. Oof. His confidence was coming off as arrogance. First of all, you could see the worry in his face while she's talking. What I thought was kind of scary is that his reaction is, I'm just going to ignore everything she said, all of her concerns, and act like nothing happened. Wait, what? Hold up. Let me tell you, to every single person out there who does that, when you're dating someone and they express concerns and your reaction is to ignore and move on and just move past the awkwardness, you're doing everything wrong. Listen. You have to listen. When someone is telling you how to treat them, they're giving you a gift, a pathway, a map to their heart. Walk down that yellow brick road and you will get to the Emerald City. All he has to do is back off. That is all she's asking, so she can miss him, so she can keep liking him. Wow. How does he not understand that? She's talking to, I think, Devin, and he goes to interrupt twice. Wow. Not learning, not listening. Ooh. This is how you dig your grave. He's unstable. Even the dudes are worried about him. He even prevents Peter from interrupting to go to talk to Hannah. And Peter's like, I haven't even talked to her today yet. Now you're acting like a guard dog. You're not letting other guys get to her. Hannah had to put him in his place again. How many times does this woman have to put you in your place? That is not good. Very unattractive. Luke even expresses that he thought about going home tonight. And the guys are like, wait, what? What do you mean? And he said, I can't even say that I'm in love with this girl. Well, wait, hold on. Didn't 24 hours ago or something you express falling in love with this girl? Now you're saying, I can't say that I'm in love with her or anything. What? He's a control freak, insecure, entitled, a baby. He's not getting what he wants. Things aren't going according to plan. He decides that he doesn't like the situation anymore. Wow. A lot. Peter and Hannah. Peter's mom was Miss Illinois. He's a pageant baby. So, of course, little Miss Hannah and little Miss Mama are going to get along. I mean, hello. And I love when he shared how his parents met and his mom saw his dad butt in the plane and was like, that's gonna be my husband. Honestly, I love their interaction as well. She's so happy with him. Like, if she could smile anymore, her face would explode. She's happy because he's sweet, he's comfortable, he's compassionate, genteel. It's like, he's nice. Hannah's just so lucky. She got so many great relationships. And look at him. Her and that little skimpy romper, which I love, by the way. I thought it was a dress. It's a romper. Nice. Whew. Throw me up against the wall, he does. He throws, and she jumped on him and wrapped her legs. And I was like, turn this off. I can't. It's too hot. Woo, and it's genuinely hot. It's like, oh, you thought Peter was gentle? You thought he was a soft little cutie kitty bunny? Mama's also got a tiger in him. And I like it. Ooh. Variety, levels. Right before Mama gives out the first impression rose, she takes Luke aside. People are like, oh, she's gonna give him the rose. No, did you see the way she took him aside? No. The way he's been acting, no way he was gonna get a rose. She basically just tells him, things aren't going really well between us. Work harder to fix this. Actually, I think working hard is the problem here. He needs to slow down and fall back. Putting the suitors in their place. Love it. Peter gets the rose. Look at him all smiling and cute. Looking like a little prince. I want a little pause for eye candy because, wow. Tyler always has his arm up. I really think he's auditioning all the time. He wants to show people, I can be a model. Hire me. Thank you, producers, for choosing him so that we get to see him. Cam has this really weird speech where he basically tells the guys, I feel like I'm going to go home. I have some very important and deep things to share with Hannah. She might not like what I have to say to her. So if you guys could respect my time with her when I pull her aside on our one-on-one and don't come and interrupt. My favorite, and this should be a meme. Look at the facial expressions. Grant is like, WTF. Joey's like, for real, bro? For real. Tyler's like, can't even be bothered. No. Staring at this incredulously is this really happening? Are you really even trying to ask us to respect you, of all people? Love it. All right, so they have something called a tailgate party. Some American thing. My sister had explained it to me. When people basically before a football game in American culture, they drink in the parking lot, hang out. So Cam takes Hannah aside. He gives her this very woe is me, negativity speech about all the woes and sorrows in his life. Did he lose a leg? I didn't understand. His dog died. His grandmama got sick. Why? I mean, we didn't get the full story, so I'm very confused as to why he felt the need to share all of this, especially at such a happy, bright, lighthearted occasion. I really don't see what he was trying to accomplish. If you hold on to the negative things that happen in your life and this is what you're coming to share with someone you're trying to seduce to be with you, you've got it all wrong. Then we have fun moments with Tyler, of course. Love all of him head to toe. This whole scene was just adorable. I loved it. Skip to Malou to Mike, who decides to be the snitch of the group and goes to tell Hannah Cam told the group that he was going to share some kind of story, some sad story, to get a pity rose. Those words are very, very damning. And I don't think that that's what he said. I don't think Cam ever used the word pity rose or said that I'm going to engineer a story to manipulate Hannah into giving me a rose. I feel like Mike was paraphrasing. He was giving personal interpretation, but not telling Hannah that these are his words, not Cam's words. And that is also very manipulative. So now we've got manipulation, checking manipulation. Like I told you, this doesn't look good for Mike because he also did the same thing earlier by sharing a sad story so he could get a pity rose. You see what I mean? So coming from Mike, I was like, maybe the only reason you use those words is because that's exactly what you did. Game recognized game, you know that expression? I mean, what Cam did was weird, but I just think he was being pitiful. I don't think he was being manipulative. How did you interpret all of this? Comment section, I would love to hear your thoughts. Hannah pulls Cam aside again, and she's very, emotional and overwhelmed and kind of concerned. And she says that the way he came to her at this moment, like this last stretch where he felt he was going home, to share the story, that it does feel schemy, that it feels manipulative, and it could be interpreted that way. I don't think he was being intentionally malicious or manipulative, but I do feel like it was a calculated move on his part because out of despair, or he really has an insecurity about something in his life and he really felt like, I can't wait and know whether or not this girl's gonna dump me. I'm gonna tell her now how I feel or these things about me. And it's like self-fulfilling prophecy, like she's probably gonna not like me because of this, so I'm gonna share it with her and now she doesn't like me. But it's not because of the thing you shared, it's because of the energy you brought. You were all like the self-defeated energy. So the rose ceremony comes. Who do we say goodbye to? Jonathan. Short Stacks was clearly friend-zoned. Sorry, dude. Joey. We didn't see much of him, so I guess Bethesda and her didn't connect. And Cam. Yep. He didn't make the cut. Cam leaves and he's emotional and he's crying and he says that what really hurts is that his integrity was questioned. And I fully understand that. I honestly, when he was expressing that, I felt genuineness in his words. That's why I'm saying I don't think that he was doing that with the express intent to manipulate her into feeling a certain way to get a rose. If anything, he was doing it subconsciously. Either way, he made too many faux pas. Be it a lesson to all of us in dating. Be very mindful of the energy you are bringing, you are sharing with the person you are dating, seducing, wanting to win over. And there you have it. That is episode 3 of The Bachelorette. This has been so much fun, so much drama. Poor Hannah. Hospitals and men being boys and boys stepping up to be men. Great relationships, sour relationships, flames subsiding. And it's so funny because it's so telling, like Luke and Hannah. Often my friends and family have told me that something that starts off with a lot of heat and passion and fast usually burns out just as quickly. I think you could start quick and end long. I don't think that things that start quick necessarily are going to end quickly or bad. And I think that sometimes something that takes forever to develop never develops. It's like a plane that never leaves the ground. You know what I mean? Anything can happen. I'm just saying what we're seeing here is that with Luke, it feels like that case of started off really fast, passionately and strongly to fade out just as quickly. And what we're seeing with Jed is something that is unfolding gracefully and beautifully and so satisfyingly. So satisfyingly. Even with Peter. Oh my God. With Tyler maybe, but there's still a superficiality to it because he seems superficial. I could be wrong. Anyhow, I've talked way too much. Your turn to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Who is your runner-up? Who do you think is going to be top 3? Thoughts about this episode, predictions for the next episode, what's to come. I usually don't watch the previews because I don't want to be tainted. I don't want to know what's coming. I want to be surprised and pleased. Before you go, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Share, because sharing is caring. If you think other people would love to talk about The Bachelor or Bachelorette, share these episodes. It would make me super happy. Thank you. And subscribe to M Angel Says if you... That came out weirdly. Subscribe to M Angel Says if you haven't already. It's just one click away. Thank you so much if you did. Please follow on Instagram if you've got one. I'm pretty active there. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter if that's your jam. Thank you so much for watching again. Take care. Peace.